grade?
The Rumble guy or the string?
The Rumble guy.
Oh, the Rumble guy.
Good morning.
Everybody, good morning. It's so early.
So this is exciting because we are streaming not just to the normal 3 places, which is Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, but also to our insiders, our regular Chicks on the Right Facebook group, and to Rumble. We are streaming live to all of those places at the same time, I think.
So many people.
I hope.
So many people. I meant to tell you too, listen, before, I know we have some stuff that we got to get off the plate, but tomorrow I have a list of people and I want to do it tomorrow. I have a list of people I want to thank for birthday wishes because I had a whole flood of other birthday surprises over the Labor Day weekend. And so tomorrow I just want to run through a list of people I want to thank. And I'm going to do that right off the bat after we get past pillow stuff. So we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm seeing a little message now that says it's not working for Rumble. So whatever, that did not work. So I'm just going to remove that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it didn't work. So that's all right. That's all right. We're still broadcasting everywhere else. Okay. But let's talk about the fact that right now, speaking of pillow, it's 50% off sheets and slippers, you guys. And we're not just talking the slip-on slippers, we're talking the moccasins too. Any kind of My Pillow slipper that you want, which has, again, the squeezy kitten fur technology that hugs your feet in furry, soft love. They are amazing. And it's 50% off right now if you use code
CHICKS. You guys, it's a great Christmas present. And Christmas is literally like 2 days away.
Yes.
I don't know what you're waiting for. Like, buy them now. And then that way you don't have to worry about Christmas presents.
And you get the discount now, like a massive discount now.
So great. You know, your mother wants some, your wife wants some, you want some. Everybody wants them.
Everybody wants them. So just use that code at 1-800-875-0513 or go to mypillow.com. Get yourself all the things. And it's not that 50% off sheets and slippers, but huge discounts on everything when you use our code CHICKS. So make sure to do that immediately. All right. So go ahead. Do what you were going to.
No. I'm going to do it tomorrow because I don't have it in front of me. I have a giant, not a giant, but I have a pretty good lengthy list. I'm going to do it tomorrow. We'll do it right off the bat. But I just wanted everybody to know I did get a bunch of stuff over the Labor Day weekend, and I'm going to run through a list tomorrow. I mean, I got a couple Sonic gift cards.
Aww.
For tots.
Oh my God.
Right. I got tot cards. I got tot gift cards. Like, everybody was so sweet and generous. And so I want to make sure I thank those people individually. And I'm going to do that tomorrow. But I just wanted you to know that I did get a lot of stuff over the Labor Day weekend. So I'm not forgetting about you. And I will definitely thank you personally tomorrow. I will do that. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I have my book with me today. I want to make sure I thank everybody personally. So,
well, we're going to start right off the bat today with the fact that Joe Biden is not running the country. I mean, I think that's been made patently clear. But there was more evidence of it yesterday when he spoke to a union group. Look at this.
And, you've always been there. Now, I'm supposed to stop and walk out of the room here.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to stop. But with your permission, I'm going to walk into the room because I want to say hello to all. Thank you.
So that happened.
Oh, my God. Oh, God. Okay, so I told you before we got on, I was like, I think that like they're gearing up to get him out of there and put Kamala in. And you were like, no.
I just don't think they want to do that.
Yeah, but we can't endure 3 more years of this. We can't. I think that they're actually
can't, but I think his entire team thinks because they're propping him up that they're just going to continue to do it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I really can see maybe her slipping in there like within the next 6 to 12 months. I could see that happening. I really don't put it past them. I've seen some crazy crap over the past 13 years, Mock. And I wouldn't put it past these people to actually shove her in there to make him, because he's losing it. You know, I mean, he's losing. He obviously is. And I'm not wrong about that.
No, you're not wrong. I don't think that they want her. I think they would rather continue to let him be their puppet and keep her at bay because they know everyone so dislikes her.
Well,
you know what I mean?
She's very unlikable, but
Yeah.
she also could still be a puppet. So
I don't know, because she's mean and she's not senile. So she might be a lot more demanding when it comes to running the show the way she wants to run it than Biden is, who just lets himself be led around like a puppy dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they're afraid of her because of how awful she is.
It's just 3 more years of this, you guys. I don't know. I just don't know I don't know if he can do it.
Yeah, that's the question. Like,
Oh my
will he
God.
survive this? Steph89, thank you very much for the super sticker. Appreciate that. All right, so there was that. And then Saki did her presser yesterday, as she always does. And there's a couple clips that I wanted to share. One, where Peter Ducey, once again, of course, I'll leave it to him. He asked about the fact, because I think it was Blinken who said, basically, listen, we're having the Taliban's not letting these chartered flights out. And because we're not on the ground anymore, we lack the resources to really do much about getting these people out. And, just kind of saying it like, oh, well, what are we going to do? Like, there's hostages, our bad, I mean, it's ridiculous. So here is her response to Peter Ducey.
These charter flights that the Taliban is holding up in Afghanistan. The Secretary of State said there are limits to what we can do without personnel on the ground.
Yeah,
You just said we are not on the ground.
you're right.
Whose fault is that?
I don't think this is about fault here.
Oh,
Really?
Flights that the
I
Taliban-
think it is.
yeah. It's not about fault. No. My God. Oh my God. And did you hear her the whole time that like the line of questioning was happening? She was like, yeah.
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 She's horrendous. She's oh, and by the way, I didn't have this clip, but the back to Biden at the union thing, he made this really awkward, weird joke about how he sleeps with an NEA member every night. And then he was like, the same one. You know what I mean? Like, because he realized how that's he realized how that sounded and then clarified, like, in case someone didn't understand that he was referring to his wife. It was so just painfully cringe. Oh my God.
Oh my God. He is so cringe. I cannot with him.
I know. And then there was this moment too, because, I don't know what time it's happening today, but I know Biden is speaking today about this new 6-point plan to get rid of COVID, which of course is just going to mean there's more mandates and more.
I was going to say, so he is single-handedly going to get rid of COVID, but Biden
right.
that. He's going to do that. Okay. He's going to get rid of a virus. All right. He's going to, just like Obama healed the oceans.
Right.
Biden's going to do that. Okay.
So there was a report. I don't know who this reporter is, but there was a reporter who asked Saki about, what can we expect out of this 6-point plan? Are we going to get back to normal life and so on? And so the way that the reason I wanted to show this is because the way that Jen Psaki answers the question is so creepy. Like, if you look at her face, there's just something really, really creepy about it. Watch this.
There will be new steps the president announces tomorrow. Absolutely.
Will any of those new steps influence the average American's day-to-day life? Should we expect any new mitigation recommendations coming out?
It depends on if you're vaccinated or not. There will be new steps.
Did you think that was creepy as I did? Because she's basically saying, if you do what we say, then maybe you're going to get the privileges of having normalcy in your life again.
That's precise. That's
the look on her face. Oh,
yeah, that's precisely what she said. And yeah, the look on her face. Oh my God.
right? Okay, so it wasn't just me.
What a beast. What a beast what an orange beast this woman is. She is an orange
She is.
beast.
She's so orange. And then there was a big story that came out yesterday about remember it was a few months back where there was a big story about how the unions worked with the CDC. They basically were they were influencing the CDC's policy and guidances, which was ridiculous. And it was kind of a big deal. Well, they've done it again. Now there's like this new bunch of emails that came out that show that back in May, remember when Walensky got out and then she was like, great news, everybody. If you're vaccinated, just you can take off that mask. You don't have to mask up anymore.
Right.
Remember?
Right. Yeah. And she was like, you basically don't have it anymore. I clearly remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the very next day, there were these emails exchanged between NEA and the CDC where and the White House, and the NEA was basically telling the White House, here's our statement. Here's the draft of our statement that we're going to say that how mad we are about how there's not any school guidance. There's not any mandates or mask guidance for schools. And so the White House then contacts the CDC. Walensky gets involved, and basically they changed the guidance. They updated the guidance about recommending masks for kids because the NEA told them to.
Oh my God.
So it's not science. It's not health.
No, it's not.
Unions.
Yeah. Meanwhile, did anybody ask yesterday about why Fauci is a huge effing liar and how he needs to step down and how?
Well, Emerald Robinson tried to, and Psaki left the room. Like Emerald was screaming her question, "Hey, can you respond?" And Psaki just walked out and didn't respond.
People need to hound that. People need to just constantly ask that question and be like, "When is he going to resign? When's that guy going to go to jail? When is he going to go to jail? Because he's responsible for the death of all of these people. And he's also, he's responsible basically for what's happened over the past year and a half. Honestly, he needs to step down. And, oh, by the way, he needs to give back all the money that we gave him over the past however many years.
Oh my God.
Imagine he's the highest paid federal employee, the highest paid.
Mm-hmm.
He makes more money than the president of the United States. It's obscene what we pay him. It's absolutely obscene. Not to mention the Mac Daddy pension he's probably going to get.
Oh my God. Which makes me wonder, like, why even do this anymore? Like, just, you're going to be set. You 80-year-old, gravelly voiced weirdo.
Well,
just go away.
Same reason all these other yahoos do it. It's because of power, Mock.
Yeah.
He's on a huge, unbelievable power trip. Because everybody's told him, you're so great. I'm going to put you on the cover of InStyle magazine. You're like Brad Pitt. And
We're going to have Brad Pitt play you on SNL.
Right. He's like, yeah, I'm like Brad Pitt. I'm just like Brad Pitt. Give me a lozenge.
Oh my God. I wish I had a Fauci mask for you.
I can't believe they haven't made them yet.
Well, I'm sure they have. They have.
Just cannot with this guy. It's just, they need to keep asking. It drives me crazy because I wake up this morning and I'm like, where are the news stories on this? There's, the regulars are reporting, like, Washington Examiner, New York Post. I think maybe there may be something on the Daily Mail, because they're somewhat responsible, but like, there's some news smatterings of this here and there, but like this should be plastered everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
If Fauci was a conservative, he would be that dude would be strung up right now.
Yeah,
like that he would be out. They would be calling for his head, and I'm not wrong.
No, oh my God, the what they get away with now is absurd.
It is.
Eric Sostek, I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you. He said Dr. Fricacci deserves the deal penalty. I'm just going to assume that there's some typos in there.
Right.
But thank you very much for the sentiment.
But you know what I'm saying?
Totally.
It's unbelievable how they're suppressing this everywhere. And the media is just like, nothing to see here, nothing to see. We're going to go ahead and talk about, ivermectin and conservatives.
Right. Did you see that Joe Rogan is thinking about suing CNN?
He should.
I totally want him to.
Oh my God, please do, Joe. Please. For the love of everything.
Who was it? Who was he going after specifically? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Maybe somebody will comment.
He should just go after a bald dude that's in charge of the whole company. I would.
Oh yeah.
Who's bald, creepy dude? That looks like Bezos. What's his? It looks like an uglier Bezos. What's his name? Somebody tell us what's his name.
What's his name, you guys? I can't remember it either.
He's uglier Bezos. You know what I'm talking about?
I totally know. It's Jeff, right? Jeff something.
I think it's another Jeff. Yeah.
I feel like,
You
was
guys-
it Acosta? Okay. It was Acosta who he went after specifically because, yeah, that's right. Because Acosta's the one that was like, Joe Rogan took a horse deworming pill to cure himself. And Joe's like, no, I did not.
Yeah.
You idiot.
Yeah, but then Rachel Maddow and all these other people ran with it. And
Right.
they were like, this is true. I'm an arbiter of the truth. And I'm a journalist. I mean, and then they didn't take it back. I mean, this is like the lie that went around the world. And these people have no integrity at all. And all they want to do is push an agenda, and they'll do anything that they can do to push that agenda. They're gross. It's just gross what's happening in this country. And he should sue them. He should sue all of them. Sue them all.
I want him to so bad.
He's
Thank you,
loaded.
Antoinette, NRA. She says, mock the talks. I will. No worries. Those are at the end.
They're done. Yeah, he should sue everybody. He's loaded. He should just like lawyer up and sue everybody. I hope
That's
he does.
right.
Sue
He
them all.
absolutely should. Thank you, James. Jeff Zucker. Jamie Hill said Jeff Zucker. That's
Thank
right.
you.
That's right. Thank you
that's
so
who
much.
we're- Thank you very much.
Thank you very
But
much for
it was
that.
a senior moment. Sorry.
So I have one more little newsy clip to share, and that is of Governor Ron DeSantis. So bad news for
Just side
him.
note, do you have a picture of him like in his dress blues on your wall anywhere? Like you need to have like a 24 by 30 of him in your office.
I
framed.
should. I
And it's-
should, but I don't.
I'm gonna have to get one for you.
I don't have one at the moment, but I should. I absolutely should get one.
Yeah, you should.
So, first of all, there was some bad news, and that is that there's a judge that basically said, no, you don't get to have a ban on mandates. So, you know how DeSantis was like, listen, if you're a school and you're trying to you're trying to force kids to mask up, I am not letting you do that. I am putting a ban on your mandates. Well, a judge has said you can't do that. So now effective, I think he has until Wednesday or something like that of next week to keep the ban on the mandates enforced. But after that, the kids are going to have to be masked if the schools say they do, which they will, because that's how schools are.
God.
So that's the bad news. I know he'll appeal it and he'll continue to do all the things. And the reason I know that is because of clips like this.
And at the end of the day, my philosophy is, as governor, my job is to protect your individual freedom. My job is not to protect corporate freedom. That is not what I'm here for. I mean, we have a good business climate, we have everything. But this idea that businesses can just do whatever they want and invade your privacy and doing all that, no, I'm not signing up for that. I'm signing up for protecting your freedom and making sure we have a society in Florida where people can make the best decisions for themselves and their families. And that's what we're doing by protecting against these mandates and making sure that that's done based on what people believe is best for them and their families, but not something that's imposed either by government or, in some respects, in some instances, by very, very powerful private entities. And at the end of the day,
That is what a leader sounds like.
I love this little girl standing in front. She's rocking back and forth. And she's like, Daddy, I gotta pee and I want ice cream. I want ice cream. I love that little girl. She's precious. Oh my God. Yeah, and you're right. He fights for people's individual freedoms. Why? How at this point, as an educator, would you think that masks would be great for kids? Like
I don't know.
I just don't understand these people. I don't understand. Who are you? Where you think that's a good idea? Who are you? Like why that you want to put a big diaper on a kid's face and you think that somehow that's good for them physically, socially, mentally, otherwise. You think that that's a good freaking idea and you are teaching children. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. It's a great question. And again, if you guys have not read the big New Yorker piece about masks, it's absolutely awesome because it goes through every single study that the CDC and whoever else is pushing masks on people claim to say is the basis for their guidance. And it completely tears them all apart
Right.
because they lack any kind of control group, right? So it's just like, oh, we threw masks on a bunch of people. And so it didn't seem like the virus spread around a lot, but they had no non-masked people to compare it to in these official studies. So none of the studies that the CDC has used are even valid when it comes to pushing masks, especially on kids, like you said, to your point, when we know how harmful they can be just from a socialization standpoint,
Right,
especially
right.
for the itty bitties. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. It's I get so angry when I see tinies wearing masks, especially
Yeah.
outside. I mean, and I'm sorry, but I'm judging you. Like as a mom, if I see like a 3-year-old outside walking on a sidewalk and I see like a 3-year-old with a mask on his or her face, I'm like,
Oh my God.
what are you doing? It's like and it's creating a culture where they feel like they have to do this. These itty bitties are like, they're putting the mask on willingly. And I'm like, oh my God, what have we done to a generation of kids? It's insanity. It's ridiculous.
Speaking of masks, did you see that Larry Elder got basically there was a woman in a gorilla mask throwing eggs at him when he walked from like at a campaign stop?
I did. Mm-hmm.
When the left shows you who they are,
right?
Believe them.
Believe them. Yeah. I mean,
they are the ones that are filled with racial rage.
Right.
And I don't know what more evidence you need than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they call him the black face of white supremacy.
Yeah.
This is what they're calling him. And I'm like, what kind of craziness is like, who makes that crap up?
Right.
When that comes out of your face and you've somehow formulated that in your tiny little pea brain and that comes out of your pie hole, you need to seek help immediately. Like something is wrong with you. Something seriously wrong. I want him to just keep going, Larry.
I know.
Going. Kick all the ass. These people they need
It's like when they try to call Ben Shapiro a Nazi.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or Ben Carson a white supremacist.
Right.
What is or they call Ben Carson or they call him a dumb Uncle Tom or a white supremacist. And I'm just like, yeah, he's real dumb. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's
really
separated people who are conjoined at the brain,
right.
But whatever.
It's just right. How about I want to see you do that.
Right.
Go ahead, do it right now. Just look it up on YouTube. See if you can figure it out. Genius. God.
There's probably a DIY out there.
I'm sure there is. There's like a book for dummies on that.
Right.
Moron. Yeah.
Oh my God. Also, Pelosi made some comments yesterday, which I could not believe, where she was talking about the Afghanistan withdrawal being such a remarkable withdrawal because of the unprecedented, unbelievable airlift and the remarkable withdrawal that they had, even though it had, she said, a hazy start.
Oh, hazy. It was hazy.
It was hazy.
It was hazy. Kind of
people falling from airplanes in the sky. That's a hazy start to the withdrawal.
It was a Bangles song. It basically was that. Right.
It's just a hazy shade of withdrawal.
It was a hazy shade of withdrawal. Yeah, right. Susanna Hoffs is out there with her guitar. That's what it is, Nancy. Oh my God, I cannot with her.
I mean,
yeah. Can you imagine if this were, say, I don't know, I'm just going to take Trump out of the equation. Just say if it were any other politician who is a Republican. All right. Imagine what Nancy would say about the withdrawal.
Oh my God.
And if she would there would be no hazy.
No.
It wouldn't be Bangles. It's not that. She would imagine what she would be saying about it. She
wouldn't stop talking about it. There would be no end to the conversation.
The liberals wouldn't stop talking about it. It would have been they would have known and they would admit fully and wholeheartedly that it was a colossal disaster.
Continues to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's just that they are unwilling to go, okay, this was a complete F up. We screwed this up because he's completely senile and has no idea where he is or what he's doing or what day it is.
Yeah. Instead, they just keep saying how amazing, the biggest airlift in the history of all mankind. You shouldn't have had to airlift people. Okay.
Right.
That's not a sign of success. That means that you reacted to the failure that you caused. And yes, our military handled the airlifts as well as they possibly could have. But that still doesn't mean that's something to brag about.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't understand how that's even a thing.
Well, because Nancy Pelosi.
Right. And other big news yesterday was that a bunch of Trump appointees to military boards, including Sean Spicer, Kellyanne Conway, General Keane, a lot of people they got these letters from the Biden administration yesterday saying, hey, FYI, we're going to need you to go ahead and resign your position on this board by 6:00 tonight, or you'll be terminated. Thanks. So Sean Spicer lost his shit about this on Newsmax last night. He was so angry. Kellyanne Conway released a statement on Twitter that was great. Just a couple of lines from it, just so you get a sense for how mad she was. She said, your decision is disappointing, but understandable given the need to distract from a news cycle that has you mired in multiple self-inflicted crises and plummeting poll numbers, including a rise in new COVID cases, a dismal jobs report, inflation, record amount of drugs coming across the border, and of course, the chaotic and deadly withdrawal from Afghanistan that has left hundreds of Americans and thousands of Afghan allies stranded under Taliban rule. Then she said, it's been an honor to serve. The brave men and women in uniform represent the best of our great nation. It was also a privilege to serve a president whose actions resulted in the deaths of terrorists like al-Baghdadi and Qasem Soleimani, rather than a president whose actions resulted in the deaths of 13 U.S. service members. I'm not resigning, but you should.
Oh,
snap.
Damn. Oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah, so I would do the same thing. I would be like, I'm not going to resign. You can fire me.
Yeah.
Jerk.
I mean,
you like senile old, like you are, oh my God, this administration is like a gajillion shades of lack of integrity. They're horrible.
Horrible. And this
horrible.
is an unprecedented thing. Like, this is not a normal thing that a president does, is eliminate board members for military academies. Psaki was asked about it yesterday, and she tried to say, well, like any other president, this president wants people on boards that are qualified.
Oh my
and
God.
that reflect our values.
Really? Okay. So what about Keene? What about Keene? What is he saying? How do they rationalize Keene? Because listen, you can say what you want about, McEnany or whatever. You can just be like, well, she's not a team player. I don't want
Conway.
Conway. I'm sorry. I don't want her on my team. I don't want her here. Okay. So what about Keene then?
And there's like a list of 12 people, like half of them are decorated. You know what I mean? Like, this is unbelievable that they're trying to even say the word qualified with respect to those people is insane. And that's why Sean Spicer was like losing his mind about this yesterday.
That's not okay. And can you imagine being one of those people when you are decorated and you are qualified, and for that to happen to you? I would not resign.
I don't think any of them did. I think they just allowed themselves to be terminated, and they should all. Sean Spicer said that he was going to join a lawsuit about it. So I don't know who's initiating the lawsuit, but I thought that was really that's good, because remember when Biden was like, I'm going to be everybody's president,
right?
Unify. What the hell?
Yeah, and it's exactly. I remember. I remember the press conference. I remember what it looked like when he said that. I remember the act. You know what I mean? And he's such a freaking liar. He's just a total, either that or he doesn't remember. He has no idea like what he said when, and he has no recollection because he is so freaking senile at this point. He has no clue. But yeah, and there again, the media is not talking about this either. This is not something that you see in the media, and you would see if it were flip-flop. Can you imagine if Trump did this to liberals?
Oh my God.
Heads would be exploding everywhere.
Well, it happened late yesterday, but I'm assuming that if the other mainstream media outlets pick it up, they'll be doing it to congratulate Biden on that decision.
Without question. Yeah. That would be the spin. And then liberals would be like, oh, this is so great. It's like, or they'll be like, oh, sick burn.
Right.
Because they're so incredibly compassionate and tolerant. And welcome to, you can sit at our table, but you're not. This is, again, they show their true colors.
Exactly. All right, I've got a few talks to share with you. We'll do the really cute ones first.
Good.
Look at this thing.
Oh my God. Look at that sweet pig, you guys. How can you not love a pig?
And listen to his little chompy chomps.
Baby pigs are the cutest.
Aren't they the sweetest thing you ever saw?
God, they are so cute.
All right, so there's that. And then look at this little puppy and just imagine the breath. Like imagine how delicious that must smell.
That sweet, sweet puppy breath. Oh my God.
And the big yawn and the licks and the kisses and then just the big.
I'm imagining it. I can smell that.
Right?
Video. I can smell the video. I can.
I know.
Right.
Oh my God, so great.
Yep.
Okay, and then this chick is so. Just watch.
Okay, so I've been working on a cover of my husband's song Golf. I don't know if you can hear the music coming from his car. I wonder if I can get him to be in the TikTok with me. I'm filming TikTok. I'm drunk. You're fully clothed. Where's your phone? I'm drunk. Where is it? Can I post this?
Did you hear him just be like, I'm drunk?
Oh my God. I'm drunk. And he
He's
just
so
goes.
drunk.
That's
The bad thing about that, of course, is that it sounded like he drove up in a car. So maybe that's not a good thing.
probably
but
not the best thing.
The
I
dive
mean,
in the pool was kind of
if
funny.
he's in a small town and there's nobody around, maybe, but still.
Yeah.
Like,
so this last one, I won't play the whole thing because I think it's like 3 minutes long and you'll get the gist within the first 45 to 60 seconds. But those those hosts of like TV shows where they're all into design. Well, because you watch them. I don't actually like watch the Gaineses or anything like that. But like the people that say, here's how to create this amazing space within your home about blah. And here's all these different tips and tricks.
yes.
This woman is me.
Your entry space is the first impression. Choose design elements that say, welcome to my beautiful home. Immediately when you walk in, the layout says casual elegance. Nothing says welcome in, like some items of interest displayed on your area rug, like a dog collar, some fruit snacks, some tape, and the dog hair kind of ties it all together. There's an open area underneath our stairs. I like to call this my farmhouse chic area.
Farmhouse.
Are a great design element, and don't be afraid to mix them up. We have an UGG up here, shoes, tennis shoes, and just one flip flop, and now it's all out. The hoodie
It balances
out, and the hair tie up on the bench. Something featured in this space is a black bucket with an empty Amazon box on top. And a croquet wicket leaning against there. How cute is that? You can see this area has been refined by the display of our shoes. Some are in baskets, some are not in baskets, some are paired up, some are not. A storage bin here that's empty, so that sort of speaks to the whole design style.
It speaks to the style.
Extra coffee table.
Anyway, this goes on for 3 minutes and it is
It
hilarious.
speaks to it. I like that. That's so right now, like if I did a tour of this cabin, everybody would be like, what style is that? And I'd be like, it's hoarder chic. Hoarder chic, everybody. There's so much crap fit in here. You can barely walk. It's hoarder.
I love how like later in it, she says something about, like there's a gum wrapper or something. And she was like, this gum wrapper adds some needed texture to this area. And depth. Texture and depth.
I like the texture and depth. I like the dog hair element. There's dog
Oh my
hair
God.
element. Yeah, it's constant. Why vacuum it up when you can add dog hair texture?
Right.
Why vacuum? There's no point. No point.
I felt that in the whole core of my soul.
It was like you feel what she's saying. It's like she's your spirit animal today.
Totally.
You guys, bring it in. Everybody, bring it in. Oh my God, I'm so tired today, you guys. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh God. Okay, it's Thursday today, right? Thursday.
Mhm.
One more day of this week, you guys. One more
One
day.
more day.
You can make it through. We will talk to you tomorrow.